Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 113. It's been a week. So I'm your host, Casey, and with me we have Zero.
Hi everybody, how you doing? I was gonna say something witty, but then I forgot.
You didn't have anything witty.
You didn't have anything.
I was like, man, I can't wait to say something witty on the podcast tomorrow, and then I forgot what I was gonna say.
Guy?
Hello. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to be witty.
Okay. And Kenchua.
Hi, I'm Kenchi618, and fuck holidays.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one.
Fucking holidays.
Yeah. They suck.
I mean, yeah, I know I don't have kids or, family to travel to see or anything like that, but I like days off just as much as the next guy, you know?
Yeah. Oh god. Did anyone see that really horrifying German Christmas ad?
No.
No.
Oh, I need to find that again. Bear with me. It was in a 313 topic, so it's going to take a minute. But yeah, basically, really unpleasant Christmas ad. Sort of most manipulative grandparent ever kind of thing. Just bear with me and I'll link it for you. There we go, found it. So yeah, it pretty much starts as being a really touching ad, then not so much.
Playing it now.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2 minutes long.
Yeah, just bear with it.
And I've got a 20-second ad as well.
That's why you use ad block, guy.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. Granddad is eating alone and stuff. And everyone gets a phone call. Oh no. Granddad's dead. Everyone's sad. And everyone regrets they didn't spend Christmas with him.
No way. What's happening? Oh, this is how it's gonna end. What's going on?
Yeah, they go to the funeral. And they go into the granddad's old house. And there's a Christmas dinner ready. And oh, who's going out of the kitchen? It's Granddad!
Wow,
That's
way to
so
spoil it.
fucked up.
How else could I bring everyone together but my fucking funeral?
What the fuck? That's horrifying. No, you don't cheer and eat turkey or goose,
No.
whatever the fuck that is after that. That's not what happens in this situation.
Basically, you guys don't care about me so much that the only way to get you guys together is to fake my own death. Wow.
That's Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, fake your own death.
You know what? In a lot of cases, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but
It's
still.
too real.
It is. That commercial was raw.
It kind of was. I don't know. I don't know why maybe they just wanted it to stay like a cheerful Christmas commercial rather than being really depressing, but I think it probably would have been more effective if he really had died. Like, spend time with your relatives, you don't know what you've got until it's gone kind of message going on there. Rather than Granddad pranked his family and gave them a traumatic memory that they will never be able to get past.
And now he'll never be able to call shit again. Like if this happens again, and he dies for real. No one's gonna believe it the first time.
Granddad's dead. Let's go check the dinner table.
Yeah. Show me a death certificate, then we'll talk, okay?
But no, he's dead. Nah. No way. He did this.
So
He
I
did
want to
this.
see a body, and then they go to the morgue, and then they check out the body, and then he rises up from the fucking slab.
yeah, I was about to
So
say.
they go
was one
check
of
the
them-
body,
one of
and the
them
body's
internet-
just
someone-
the body's just. It's like, yeah, he's really dead, and everybody's really sad. It's like, oh wait, no, he was actually faking that again.
Yeah, and then he pulls out a turkey from inside the drawer.
He like reaches into one of those big like, I'm showing it, the places where you get like turned to ashes.
Crematorium.
He just opens up the crematorium, and there was where the like dinner was cooking.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
They had to set it on a low heat, you know, just...
Yeah.
It's really easy to overcook things.
It's
in
like
those.
I thought this would be a good surprise.
Yeah, that's just messed up.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is.
Merry Christmas, everyone. You're welcome. Oh, that reminds me. It's the Christmas season. Is the thing... Yeah, I've a thing to look at. Just bear with me.
Oh. If it's what I think it is, we should wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know what you're doing as well.
I've got no idea what he's doing.
You will. One
You
day
haven't
soon.
been here long enough.
Not yet. Maybe another week or so.
Wait until
Yeah.
we're closer to the actual Christmas season, you know, because we gotta celebrate it.
It's still very early Christmas right now, so we'll get to it, long-term fans. Right. So
Our Christmas tradition.
Oh, God.
I love that. That's our Christmas tradition.
There's something wrong with us. Okay.
I just realised.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, so we haven't even gone to the first topic yet.
Yeah.
And we're what? Oh, we're only 7 minutes in. That's okay. So first topic, as always, is what have we been doing? So what have we been doing? Kenshi,
Can't
do you have anything more than being mad at working all the time because
No.
you're what was holiday cum
Holiday-
bitch or something?
Holiday fill-in bitch, yes. No, I have not done anything in fucking week and a half outside of this. Nothing. My life has been working and sleeping, and that's it. And I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell me
I
about
need,
it.
I need to be active and do things and experience things and do life-affirming events, and that's not happening. Not until after January 1st.
Hmm. But when you get to January 1st, you can actually take some holiday time, yes?
Hopefully. See, there's the thing about that also. At the end of the year, the company that my station works for is being sold to another company. So, or the station's being sold to another company. So, I hear they're going to be doing some stuff with our holiday time or our vacation days.
Oh.
I don't. I think it's going to be something like I don't have vacation time built in. I have to work a certain amount of time that year to earn vacation time.
Or maybe they'll just be like, oh, hey, have all the vacation time.
But even then, if it's based on per year, then it's going to be per financial year. So you'll still have all the time you saved up for the last 3 months, which will be January through March.
I don't know.
Because financial years turn over in April, so.
But yeah, that's my life these days. It's not fun. Not
Lots of overtime pay, maybe?
Nope, because I'm salary.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, want to work 80 hours a week and get paid like you're working 40? Be salary.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to depress everybody with what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. But, yeah.
Okay, Zero.
What
have your 2 weeks been?
Well, I've got a few things that have been going on. Let's see.
Oh, tell you what. the reason we didn't have an episode last week was fucking Turkey Day for you guys. So, how was your Turkey Day?
Shitty.
Both of you.
I had to work. Shit, that's shitty.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Mine was actually really good. So let's go back to probably like last Tuesday, I think, or the Tuesday before last Tuesday. We went and we saw Creed, the whole movie with Apollo Creed's son.
Oh, I'm about to talk about the band.
Yeah, me too. I immediately went with
No,
I got to start singing.
No, we saw the movie,
That's going in the link dump.
and and it was really good. And we recently discovered this place called Studio Movie Grill, where they serve you dinner in the movie. And it's like $10 for a ticket, $10 for the meal. It's like $20.
So basically, ripping off the Alamo Drafthouse.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie theater where they serve you food during the film.
Well, there's lots of different types of movies. I'd assume there'd be different companies that do that. So we went in there, and it's really nice to be able to like sit down and eat while watching a movie.
That would be awful, but what happens if you need to ask somebody to pass you the sauce or something? Everybody else would just be shushing you, and the sound of chewing. Oh.
No.
What if it's crunchy food?
You have your own trays in front of you, and like and most people, you get your food typically before the movie starts, and most people tend to finish it. The movie starts, and then maybe you have like say some fries left over from your burger or something that you can like chew on during the movie. And there's a service button too on your little tray you get.
Bring in a waiter. Yeah.
So you can have somebody come in and bring you more food if you want, or just take away your trays, give you refills and whatnot. Which is very nice. It's very spacious, like in between the aisles and stuff, so the waiters can fit in easily, and it was a very enjoyable experience.
I went to one of those for my friend's birthday. All we did was get drunk in the theater. It was not a good combination of people that weren't us.
And the movie itself was Creed was actually really good. I think it's like, as far as Rocky movies go, it's probably my second favorite, with Rocky 1 being behind Rocky 1. Because I really liked Rocky 1. And
Not a fan of Rocky 5 with Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan was in Rocky 2.
Was he?
No, Rocky 3. Rocky 3.
Yeah, he was in Rocky 3.
What was Rocky 5?
Rocky 5
was with Tommy the Machine Gun.
Okay.
As we were going out of the movie theater, as we were going out of the movie theater, my dad and I were coming up with like names for like kids of other characters from the Rocky franchise that could appear. I was like, what about Timmy Gunn? Just like this little scrawny kid named Timmy Gunn.
Wait, Tim Gunn? Really? Tim Gunn?
Timmy Gunn. Because there's Tommy Gunn, so Timmy Gunn.
That's not good. Tommy Gunn works because of Thompson.
Yes.
I know. Timmy Gunn doesn't work, and that's the joke.
That's not a good joke.
It's not a good joke.
Should both be ashamed.
Let's see. I was working the other day, like last week, and I was really hungry, and it was kind of depressing, but then my boss went out and got people in and out, so that was really nice. I didn't even have to pay for it or anything. She just bought people in and out, so it was good. I also went to a 49ers game last weekend.
Well, good for you.
You know, the one where they lost? Yeah.
They lose.
Yeah, they tend to do that in my knowledge.
That's why we got the tickets for as cheap as we did. We were sitting up in the third row.
Yeah, he sent me a picture of that. It was actually really awesome. He was sitting like right behind the touchdown line for the which side was it?
At the start, it was the side where the 49ers started, but then it turned out like the second half it was where the 49ers were trying to get the touchdowns too. And we had
so you saw a lot of things coming your way in the first half, and then not so much in the second half, kind of thing.
Well, it's like they made a valiant drive in the end, but they were 2 yards short from getting a first down, and it cost them the victory. Because they were really close to getting a touchdown. I also bought a hat there, which fit my head really nicely, which is kind of nice because not a lot of hats fit my head.
Not surprising. Zero bought a hat at the place we went to.
Mm.
I like hats.
You like headwear. In fairness, he has purchased masks rather than hats a lot. So
Yeah, I like hats. There was this one Cardinal fan in front of us, right? And he had his wife. And behind us, we had the most drunken 49ers fan. Like, just constantly yelling and grabbing on me and my entire family throughout the entire game.
Yeah,
Touching us.
I don't go
Yeah.
to sporting events anymore because I get into fights sometimes
mm.
because stuff like
And
that
the
happens.
Cardinals fan stands up and starts clapping at one point, and the guy behind us just looks at the guy, the drunk guy, just looks at the guy and he yells, "Sit down, gay boy." It's just this is what I had to deal with in my nice seat that was close. A lot of yelling.
Yeah, I'd have been tempted to punch that guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
I probably would have, like right after that, like immediately. I wouldn't have even have let him know it was coming. Would just turn around and punch whatever was closest, whether that was below the belt or not, seeing as how he's behind me.
probably
Whatever.
would have been because he would have been a row up, wouldn't he?
I
Yeah.
was pacified because my mom bought me a churro, so
That's like a Spanish donut thing, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a stick of wonder.
Yeah, we see a lot more French cuisine than we do Spanish for obvious reasons. So
Yeah. I recorded XCOM with Casey, and then we promptly lost that because both of us screwed
we
up.
have lost that.
I
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
We'll get to that.
I'm upset about that. I wrote a chapter. I had a whole weird chapter thing going on for for M1N470. I wrote a chapter and then I wasn't satisfied with it, so I took it down. I changed it. I put it back up, and I'm ultimately satisfied with the product now. But it was just a disaster of taking stuff down, and uploading like an August and saying I'm sorry. I'll put it up tomorrow, taking it back down, putting up another one. Ultimately, I'm satisfied with the direction I'm going now. I think I can work with it a lot better than where I was actually going before. I also put up a new
Okay.
chapter for my new game Minus story, um, introducing a pretty fun character, I think.
Cool.
Oh yeah, the police were at my work last night.
What did you do?
Well, I thought they were gonna arrest me for jaywalking, but it turned out that there was a
I thought they were going to arrest me for jaywalking.
No, you didn't hear anything. Um, so there was a drunk that had come through our drive-through, and so like when the person taking the orders called in the police, and I didn't know what was going on for most of the time until I saw them searching this guy's car when I was going out taking the trash. I was like, why are the police here? Why are they searching cars? Why are they searching silver cars? I hope they don't search my car next.
Why?
It was basically
You got something in there?
No, but my car's also silver. And also it was like parked like 2 spaces away from this car. I don't know if they were searching everybody's cars or what. Because in case you haven't because my store does not have the cleanest of people. One coworker is always high, so
But it's not
yeah,
in your car, so what do you care?
I know, but it's like there was once like drug deals happening at my KFC. I don't know what the heck's going on, you know?
They're using code. Can I get like the 2-piece? And everyone knows what the 2-piece is. So the dude will just say,
Yeah, it's a two-piece meal. I think they would have gone with something a little rarer for people to order, to be honest with you.
fine, what's those bullshits that no one ate?
You probably
Oh,
order the boneless because we don't serve that anymore. But
Yeah, can I get boneless, is what you would say. They know what you're talking about.
um also my boss just like 2 days ago was told, oh hey, there's a new store now has no another store has no manager, so you should get over there. So I'm going to be getting basically the relief manager is going to be becoming my new boss, but I think that my original boss who had quit before might be coming back instead. I don't know. They were talking in Spanish in the back room, so I couldn't really. Yeah,
But seriously,
I wasn't willing to put in the effort to mentally translate that.
Okay.
Yeah, my boss my boss's boss and my former boss, well, actually, my new boss, the relief manager, my boss's boss and my former boss are all Mexican. So,
Well, hey, you all got something to talk about because you're like the 16th Mexican.
Yeah.
I bought The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth,
It's a good game. It's a good game.
and Afterbirth, and I like it. I would like to stream it at some point in the future because it's a very streamable game.
It is.
I mean, a lot of people stream it already, so it's like, it would be nice to, do it, hang out one weekend. So,
I'll have to give you the Twitter password so you can fucking announce it if you're going to do it.
yeah, for sure. Do we actually update the Twitter?
Not often.
Hmm.
Yeah. There are followers on it. I don't know who they are or why they decided to follow it. Probably because I said, hey, we might do streaming in future. So, if you're going to stream something, probably use the Twitter.
So I'll use the Twitter and I'll probably put up a short, stupid video like me hitting a pumpkin.
Like the pumpkin thing, yeah.
Which still is
You're
one of the most
still
popular
pissed
videos on our channel.
Casey's still pissed about that.
I am.
I'm still pissed about that.
It was only a pumpkin. Does it matter?
I put awesome music as I slapped it with a spoon.
It took all of 5 minutes for you to make that.
Yeah, it did.
That video is probably more... I'm pretty sure it is more popular than every single episode of the podcast. It's wrong on 1,000 different levels. No, it's wrong on 112 different levels. You were saying, Guy? Sorry.
It's probably only got so many views because it's really short and people can replay it easily. Maybe they were just watching it trying to figure out what he was doing. That doesn't mean it's any better than any podcast.
Still makes me sad.
Oh.
I'll probably announce Binding of Isaac with something to do with my brother. Because
Announce a Binding of Isaac stream by clubbing a fetus to death.
I was going to tie my brother to a chair and yell at him and say, "Your name is Isaac." But, I don't know. I'll come.
You don't tie him to a chair then. You throw him in a...
Well, I'm binding him, and his name is Isaac.
Okay.
It's a pun. Not really. It's terrible. But
it is.
Let's see. Thanksgiving was nice. No real thing to really say about that because it was good and I ate a lot of food.
Hold on. One quick question about Thanksgiving. I need to confirm something. Did you have cranberry sauce?
There was no cranberry sauce until my sister specifically requested it, and I said nobody likes cranberry sauce, and she says I like cranberry sauce.
Okay, fair enough.
And I was like, oh.
Fair enough.
For some reason, we sell cranberry juice in this country. I don't quite know why.
My sister just loves all things cranberry, so.
The hell is a cranberry?
I don't even know.
I like dried cranberries. Those are good. Craisins.
So.
Have you got some cravings for some craisins?
I do, actually.
Oh, of course you do.
Other than that long list of things, I got into a slight argument with a friend over the topic of Kenshi, actually.
What?
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because
I love Kenshi more. No, I do.
I told him he should read Kenshi's
soulmate.
stuff if he likes Naruto fics, and he's like, "Oh, you mean that Mary Sue Naruto in One Piece?" And I was like, "Have you even read it?" And he was like, "No, I read the reviews, and that's what they said." And I was just like,
yeah, someone else's review really determines your opinions. That's how that works. Oh.
And he was like, and by the way, from what I saw of Kenshi, he kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, he does most of his ego stuff is to play it up for laughs. I was like, oh. So I defended you, Kenshi.
Well, thank you. It's very kind and nice of you, and I appreciate it.
And that's about it.
Well, even if he didn't do the ego thing just for laughs, then it's still kind of warranted for the most part. Anyway, Guy, you're next.
Well, honestly, I've just been really, really busy with lots of boring work stuff, to be honest. I haven't really done anything outside of work. The last 2 weeks have been 14-hour days, so quite a bit this week.
I feel you, man.
EMC testing. I've been up to Coventry to do all that stuff, and it's just absolutely awful.
I
What?
like Coventry.
Well, yeah, the place is nice, but the testing is not.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right now.
Don't talk shit about Coventry.
Sorry?
Don't talk shit about Coventry. It's a lovely city.
Sorry. Yeah, so right now for the EMC test, we're about 20 dBs over the limit, and the customer is still saying, "Oh no, we want to meet the TB 1901 standards." Not going to ever happen. It's at 200 amps. You need like an inductor the size of a van to stop that. I mean, 20 dBs is like what, 6 times larger. 6 times too large. They seriously want to try and squash that type of voltage ripple.
Well, maybe you could use some EVFs to 3/4 the.
You don't understand what the heck
good
he's
buddy.
talking about.
Yeah, sorry, I should have realised my audience a bit better.
Yeah, we're dumb. We don't understand anything at all. At all.
You said it, not me. So, yeah, apart from all that boring stuff, which I won't go into detail about, that's my life right now. But we've got all the... My boss wants to get everything sorted before Christmas because, yeah, New Year and everything. So we've got about 2 months worth of work to do in the next 2 weeks, I guess. And it's not going to happen.
Anything else, Guy?
Yeah, that pretty much covers it, I guess.
Okay. So stuff I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. So I tried using OBS. Zero's been recommending its use for a while. Used it to record the new show that we were starting, the XCOM run. Zero joined me on it. It was pretty great recording. It actually worked really well while we were recording it. Yeah.
But
Then we recorded Dark Souls with it. So, that seemed to turn out great too. Recorded it perfectly fine. It didn't drop or anything during the recording. So that was great too.
But
And then I even recorded the boss rush thing that I had to do because, I couldn't actually beat them in regular sessions. So I recorded those too with it, and that was fine too.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
At this point, Zero is starting to realize he may have caused a bigger problem than he thought he did. So, when it came to editing the XCOM footage, anytime I exported the footage, it came out without sound. Every time.
How about you just add subtitles?
You would have to be able to...
Shut up, Guy. So, yeah. Every time I tried, I took like 3 days off just trying to figure out whether I'd be able to fix this footage and get it to work, and nothing. So that entire session, 2.5 hours of really, really good footage, down the Swanee. So that's gone and we need to re-record it.
Yeah. Again, I'm sorry, I never had that problem, more than once, and I was pretty sure it was my fault at the recording for something. So I don't know exactly what even happened.
Yeah, neither do I, but whatever. That footage has had to fall by the wayside.
So I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to stop, recommending things to Casey for recording, because every time I do, it turns out badly for him, yet it works well for me.
For me,
yeah.
80 pounds. 80 pounds, that's how far it cost me, and it never finished. It never worked for one video.
It works for everything I do, but yet it never worked for Casey. OBS works for everything I do, yet it doesn't work for Casey. I don't understand what exactly happened.
So yeah, the XCOM footage is gone. The Dark Souls footage, I can probably recover. I don't know whether I'll be able to edit it into proper episodes, but at the very least, I will be able to just upload the raw footage onto YouTube. It'll be like an hour and a half video rather than proper 30-minute episodes. So that'll all go up in one go, probably.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. At least we haven't lost that footage. So that's fine. There'll be some quality drops because apparently OBS does that, and Zero didn't tell me.
Well, I thought your computer was better than mine because mine's kind of not great.
It is, but it's still Dark Souls running at the highest settings.
Mm.
And I wasn't aware that it would actually drop recording quality because Shadowplay doesn't. Just saying. You know, you should have liking Shadowplay and you thought it was so shit, but no, it records everything perfectly every time. So, you know.
I was just recommending it so you didn't have the red border on the thing all the time.
Gentlemen, you're both just terrible. Can you move on?
Yeah, so that's fine. I can fix the Dark Souls stuff. I can't fix the XCOM stuff. So we'll be recording it at some point when we can.
I have all of Saturday off, so.
Good. So yeah, that's one thing that I did for the past couple of weeks. Another thing I did was I bought a few games.
Yeah.
I bought Undertale.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It is a good game. I fought my way past the hype backlash that I was experiencing and tried the game, and it's a good game.
See? It is a fun game.
Not spectacular. I don't appreciate the NES nostalgia thing that they're going for as much as most people seem to.
Well,
I'm not a fan of it.
It's more like the game was made in Game Maker by one guy.
That does not require it to be an 8-bit.
Yeah. But still, I like the feel it gives the game. Because it's like, it's more reminiscent of like a Mother game or an Earthbound game.
It's fine, whatever. But yes, the writing is very good, and
have you tried the?
It's an interesting take on the RPG, the turn-based RPG. What were you saying?
Have you tried the Genocide run yet?
No, I'm like, I think halfway through the Pacifist run. So yeah.
I like the Genocide run.
I liked the date with the skeleton. That was special, is what that was.
If you choose to not flirt with him, you get a hangout instead. But it's nowhere near as funny.
No. I like how it just brings up all this interface stuff when the date starts. That means absolutely nothing. It's like a heart rate monitor and all this stuff.
Because that's what appears in dating sims.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, so that's a very well-written game, and that's probably the best thing about it. The other stuff is good to fine, depending on how much you like the nostalgia crap. But, you know, it's a very good game. I also purchased Just Cause 3, which I haven't been able to install because I don't have the hard drive space for it at the moment. Again, fixing footage and such. And also, I purchased Super Amazing Wagon Adventure.
What?
Turbo.
This sounds amazing.
So, some people may be familiar with a Rage Quit video from Achievement Hunter from a while back. And so, yeah, basically, it's Oregon Trail, that game that Americans are familiar with, but no one in England is.
God damn, I love that game. I hate that game.
It's that, only incredibly stupid. So, in one run of that, it lets you add custom characters. So, in the 16-bit style of it, I had myself as a guy with a white hair and a beard, which I have currently. Kenshi is a black guy with black hair, and Zero is a white guy with black hair.
My hair's not black.
Shut up. And in that run, I got my head smashed in by a boulder while we were trying to cross a river in our wagon. Mourning my loss, Kenshi and Zero suddenly started a relationship.
What?
They found love together and
Yeah, I could see that happening.
spent some time relaxing in the wagon. Air quotes.
I don't like the sound at all.
This is what?
They got all their hearts back from that. All the health came back from that. So, you know.
Okay, I guess that's good.
Yeah. And then Zero got eaten by wolves.
Oh, well, that's expected.
Kenshi, in his grief, drove the wagon off a cliff.
Oh, come on! I would never do that.
The wagon then got attacked by eagles.
Yeah, I could definitely imagine that one.
How do you win this game?
It's basically kind of like a bullet hell shooter, you know, like the side-scrolling shooter space games from ages ago. It's kind of like that, only with, you know, the Oregon Trail kind of thing. So you go through a forest, and you have to harvest animals for food. Then you get attacked by bandits, and then you get attacked by bandits with a machine gun wagon. Yeah.
I want to play this game.
Then you get to a river, and you get the option to either just try and cross the river or try and jump over the river.
I would have jumped over the river.
Jumping over the river either leaves you having crossed the river without having to do anything, or it drops you right in the middle of the river in the most difficult part of the rapids, and usually directly onto a boulder. So
I still would have jumped.
Yeah.
I mean, you died anyway.
I did, yeah. It's an interesting game. I think we should probably do a let's play or two of it.
I'm down.
Sure.
Same as the
down.
Yorg. We need to redo the Yorg at some point.
Yeah, I've actually figured out how to fix the sound on the Yogg. So
Yeah, so we can actually do the Yorg now.
that game is really loud.
It is. So is Wagon Adventure, so I'll have to turn that down.
Yogg was a game we played, but we never actually
Yeah, we played it twice and recorded it, but the sound was way too loud. It drowned us out completely, so we couldn't use the footage.
I totally forgot what I did last time, so.
I'm pretty sure I turned into a werewolf once on that.
You turned into a werewolf, and I think I died horribly the first time and died even worse the second time.
I think I ended up okay at least one of the two times.
Yeah, I always got the crap end in everything.
I'm trying to remember what happened the other time I played it. I can't remember how my other ending went. I think I might have gotten out okay and then got robbed and murdered or something.
I think it's for the best we don't remember.
Oh, wait, no, the first time I made love with a monster that murdered me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I think the second time you got stuck in the same forest with, like, something that, like, kept, like, eating pieces of you or something and, like, letting you heal and then torturing you more. I think that's what happened to you the second time.
I ended up in a bad situation.
That's one way of putting it, yes.
But no, I think I became the mayor. Somebody became the mayor at one point. It might have been me. And then they got murdered by everybody. So yeah, it's a fun thing.
It's an interesting game. Hell, we could record that after this if you like.
I have, depending on what time we finish,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's the game called? Sorry.
The
Yorg. That's YAWHG, I think it is. I'll have to double check that, but yeah. Yeah. YAWHG, the Yorg.
Alright. I've heard of it before.
It's a pretty cool little game. It's not, massive in scope or anything. It takes you about half an hour to finish it. Anyway, what else did I do? I feel like I did something else this week. I worked this week, but that's kind of boring and not interesting, so I'm going to skip that bit. Yeah, and I read some stuff. I have recommendations in the chamber now, so that's good. Yay.
Proud of you.
Yeah, you should be, considering you haven't had anything for weeks.
I know.
You and your working.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I wish I didn't have
Okay.
to.
Yeah, me too. Both you not working and me not working. Oh, that'd be good. Anyway. Oh, and I played more Fallout 4, and that was still kind of dull.
Oh yeah, I finished Fallout 4.
I haven't even touched it since the last time we talked about it. I haven't had time to.
Yeah, I finished it, and my ultimate score is kind of like, it's fine. It's a good time waster.
Time waster is the right way to describe it, I think. Speaking of time wasters, I actually found an emulator for Android. As such, I played Fallout Shelter. That is also a pretty good time waster, and not much else. So that's great. Anyway, so that's pretty much my week. So we're going to move on to the first topic, which is the use of watsonian and doylist explanations. So I'm going to explain this one since I came up with it after reading a lot of Space Battles posts that use it as, a basis for explanations in and out of story. So that's basically what this is. Watsonian, Dr. Watson from the Sherlock Holmes books and TV shows and whatever else, films. There are films of it and games and such too. I'm getting some echo for some reason. Is it still there?
I don't know.
Yes, a little bit.
Who's that from?
Don't know. Just bear with me for a second. That seems to be gone. Okay, so Dr. Watson from Sherlock Holmes books, and then Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of the Sherlock Holmes books. So basically what this means is a Watsonian explanation would be an explanation of a thing in the story's context. So an in-setting explanation. And then the Doylist explanation would be the reasons for things happening from the storyteller's perspective, why the storyteller is doing this thing in the story and having things behave this way. So the example I used to explain it before we started recording this was a pretty common one. Something is too overpowered in the story to be used regularly because it just makes everything too easy. It, breaks everything. There is no conflict anymore. It's a pretty common one in fan fiction because a lot of stuff focuses around that sort of thing. So that would be the Doylist explanation for why it doesn't get used all of the time. And the Watsonian explanation would be, I don't know, there is a reason that it doesn't get used because it has a destabilizing influence on the person that uses it, or it breaks down the fabric of the universe, or something. A reason in universe why it can't be used all the time. So that's the basic idea behind the concept. So let's talk about why you should have both, because you should.
You really need both. It depends on the story that you want to write, really, I guess. It's the Watsonian. That's the one that you go use to justify it to the readers, but you also need the Doylist one to steer you to the story that you want to write. One's for the readers, one is for you.
Yeah, that you want to write or is worth writing and thus worth reading.
Yeah.
Like, you have to justify it to the reader, but you also have to make it entertaining for the reader.
Yeah.
Like, the Watsonian explanation is to keep immersion in the story. The Doylist explanation is to make the story worth reading, that they want to keep reading the story that they have become immersed in. Like, immersion will keep someone reading for a while, but eventually it will start getting boring and the reader will just not be interested in finding out more. They are satisfied with how the story has gone and are now done with it because nothing interesting is happening anymore. Okay.
So
That's a nice twinkly little soundtrack. I don't know.
sorry,
All
that's my phone ringing. I'll just let it ring. It's over there. Yeah, I don't want to get over and get it.
Okay.
Keep enjoying
It's
the
very
elevator.
chill.
Yeah, thanks. There we go.
Do you want to go check and see who that was? Because I don't know.
No,
Might
it's
be
probably
important.
nothing. If it's anyone from work, I don't want to speak to them. So.
Yeah, it's someone calling him into work. He doesn't want to talk to them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Fair play. Yeah. Where were we?
Why you want to use both the explanations, the different points of
Right. Right. So why else would you want to use both?
I mean, when you don't, and it's a story of, I don't know, there's multiple conflicts in the story. It just becomes like a Dragon Ball Z power race at some point.
Yeah.
For the
For the-
overpowered thing.
Yeah. For the Watsonian portion. If there's no reason that you can't keep using this super powerful thing or this problem solving thing, you got to come up with something else even stronger.
I'd argue that both of them are subjective, depending on. I mean, if there was somebody else writing a different story, then they would use that overpowered thing, and they would write the story about that. What's the effect of all this? So different people have different reasons for doing it. It all depends on the writer, really, and what type of story he wants.
Likewise, I don't like when people like you say you have this really strong power, and your character just doesn't use it for no explainable reason. It would solve a lot of things. It's like why doesn't Luke use the Force a lot more in the movies? Because that would solve most of his problems actually.
Yeah.
Like if he already
Yeah.
especially when he goes into Jabba the Hutt's place, why doesn't he bring his lightsaber with him? Why does he have R2D2 hide it? You know.
Actually, I wouldn't. That does have the Watsonian explanation. I mean, it's because Jedi's are pacifists. They don't use the Force as
Well,
minimum as
that-
often.
That would work as an explanation if Luke existed in a time where the Jedi Order was still a thing.
Yeah.
He got taught the bare bones of everything from Obi-Wan, and then that was about it.
Yeah, okay.
I think the Watsonian explanation for the original trilogy for Star Wars is Luke doesn't really know very well how to use the Force. Because he only found out it existed when he was like 20 and got like a week of training before his mentor died. So, he's still figuring this shit out as he goes along and just happens to stumble onto very lucky, occasionally he will just happen to use it at exactly the right moment, which is kind of how the Force works, apparently. So, but yeah,
Sorry.
It's all well and good to have a doylist explanation. It's all well and good to say, oh, well, we can't keep using this because it's too much. It breaks the story. But I'm getting the echo again. God damn it! I think it's coming from Kenji.
Yeah.
So, Ken, mute your mic for me, please. For the time being. So it's well and good to have just a doylist explanation and just say, oh, we can't do that because it just breaks the story. That's fine. But if you don't justify it in story, then that's not a satisfying explanation.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, we're not using this because the author can't use it without breaking the story. Well, that means you just never get immersed in the story because it only works because it's a story. So you are constantly aware that it's a story.
Yeah.
I suppose going back to the Star Wars, the Force actually answers both of those, really. Because it is a narrative tool saying, yes, there's a grand meaning to everything. It's also used to justify it in stories, saying the characters know there's some unseen force guiding them. It explains all of the coincidences that happens and all the random power-ups. It matches both of them. And what?
Yeah, the Force is basically the most basic tenet of the drama-driven story. The powers only work when you need them most.
The power.
Yeah.
Thus, when there is the most drama and tension in a moment, will everything come through okay in the end? Kind of thing. Yeah. And on the other hand, you have just having the watsonian explanation. So you have a justification for a thing in the story. Not really reason for it outside of the story, but it's there in the story. It's just kind of there. Not entirely sure that's just straight up a bad thing.
Well,
go ahead.
It's if you had something like that, and it's effectively you're saying you're writing an explanation which is pretty pointless. It doesn't contribute anything to the story, really. It's not.
See, here's the thing. My interpretation is it doesn't contribute anything to progress the story, but it does. It can contribute something to flesh out the story, to give more details on the setting, on the characters, on the world, which can add a lot to a story that it's not absolutely necessary, but it is beneficial, and that can be a doylist explanation in itself.
So, what happens when there's a conflict between the two then? What happens when you say there's an explanation for it, but it also opens up, it stops you from going into the story that you want to do? So you've got to choose one over the other. Which one do you pick?
Well, I think that goes back to what you said. It just depends on what story you're willing to write. If you're not willing to write in a way that makes sense as far as the in-story explanations go, then you get what's called a plot hole, which a story can survive, certainly. If emotion is strong enough in the story, then you don't notice the plot hole right away. The problem rises when you get so many of those that the reader just can't ignore them anymore, and that's when you get something called story collapse.
And on the other hand, if you don't go for if you choose the other choice, then you essentially just get a bad story, I guess.
Yeah, that there's no reason for anything happening in the story. It's just the writer pulling strings because he wants this to happen and this to happen and this to happen, and then you get stories like Naruto and Hinata went to a Michael Jackson concert in 1987 or whatever.
An American classic.
Yeah, the writer wanted it to happen, so it happened. It didn't make sense, but it happened.
But don't. It made perfect sense. I mean, that guy went back. The guy went to the Elimination to hand them tickets to this concert in 1988 or whatever the fuck it was. And he somehow got the power to transcend space and time.
He said, "Hey," and they were like, "Oh, hey, we know you. You gotta give us this ticket? Oh, thanks, random guy."
Not only did he travel through space and time, he did it a second time. This had happened before, apparently. So it's established that it can happen in the story. I guess that's a Watsonian explanation to a certain extent. No, it's not.
Don't even. That makes me feel sick.
But yeah, that's actually a surprisingly poignant example of what happens when you just have doylist explanations and not Watsonian ones.
So, but what happens when you just have the Watsonian explanations?
Then you get a story without any direction. You just have a story that is things that happen in the context of the story, absolutely fine, but it's not actually going anywhere.
It's just
in
stuff.
particular.
It's just like stuff you're throwing in, but you're not really going to do anything with. You're just making it up for the sake of filling space or whatever.
No, it's a story where stuff happens and it makes sense that it happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. It's a story without direction in the sense that it's not planned, which I guess it would mean that it's the kind of story I would write, because that's how I tend to write.
So I guess it's kind of like a history book? Isn't that pretty much what real life is?
Essentially, yes. If you were to write accurately enough in that style, then eventually, yes, you would have a cohesive history of that story.
Because
Yeah.
I,
Go on.
I would actually say then you could argue that completely ignoring any doylistic explanations, it's very challenging for a writer. It's something that's really hard to do.
Yeah, you basically don't have the ability to guide the story. The characters and events will sort of do it for you. Which,
not something that ever happens much in fan fiction.
I don't think it's something that's ever actually possible, because there is so much random chance in history, just random chance causing things to happen in a certain way, that you can't just write that organically. It doesn't work like that. You can't do that. You would then be guiding the story based on that. So you would, no matter what you did, there would be some amount of doylist explanations and actions, just the writer guiding the story. It's just a matter of degrees. How much is doylist and how much is watsonian?
What you need to do, create a list of random statements and then just roll dice and find out what happens next. Completely random storytelling.
I mean, even if you did like one thing at the start, you were like, okay, I'm going to write this story. I'm not going to drive any of it. I just need this one thing to happen at the start. That's still you influencing it. You're making a decision for something to happen in the story based on what you want, or how you want it to start, at least.
Aren't you just creating a world, though? It's not really...
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Fan fiction is one of the best mediums for just writing organic stories that are heavy on Watsonian explanations and very light on doylist stuff, because all the setting and the world and even the events are already there. All you would be doing is throwing a spanner in the works and saying, let's see what happens. And that's where you get the want of a nail fix. And that's an interesting thing that you can do with fan fiction that it's a bit more tricky to do with original works, because you don't have the setting, you don't have the characters, you have to make that up from whole cloth, and that is in itself guiding the story.
Yeah, I don't think it's much harder to get readers interested in the story if you're just focusing on the explanation.
Yeah.
This is a good discussion.
It was a fun discussion. I think we pretty much dried it up for the time being, though. So
I do like the roll the dice idea for writing a story, right?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like if it's just say whether a machine breaks and you roll a dice for, let's say you roll a d20 and a 1 means a critical failure and the machine breaks.
Oh, we've invented Dungeons and Dragons.
Basically, Dungeons and Dragons single player. Okay, so that's pretty much that topic discussed pretty extensively. If anyone wants to make any comments in the comments, so to let us know their thoughts on this particular topic, I'd be very interested to read them in this case, because it's an interesting subject of discussion. Anyway. So the next topic is when a backstory is too tragic.
So there's lots of
when a story is too tragic. Let's go with that. 0.
Like there's lots of characters. Like I put backstory specifically because there's lots of characters who have a tragic element to their stories. Like, okay, say my father abused me or something, and that caused me to react this way, or my family's dead. And to what point does that just reach ad nauseum? Like, is it just too much for the audience to handle, essentially?
Well, it depends on your audience. And it depends more on your setting. If you have a really tragic character in a happy-go-lucky setting, yes, it's just not going to work. Or it might work if you're playing it for humor, and that's the point, but it's just the clash like that. Otherwise, you can make it as dark as you want, so long as it's consistently dark. And that's the point in the story. You might not get much reader interest, but...
I think it might have to do with the point where people just can't even fathom that kind of tragedy in someone's life, where both the reader and the writer can't really even begin to understand what that's like.
So once it gets to the point where it's like, yeah, you didn't go through this, and you can't exactly say you understand it.
A bit, but not entirely. Like, you can absolutely write
Yeah.
things that you haven't experienced yourself. That's
for sure.
It's a very modern concept that you can't write things that you've not experienced. Like, you have to write things that you've gone through because that's the best way to write. That's not. Shakespeare was not a fucking member of the, what was it, the Danish royal court before he wrote Hamlet. He was a fucking, what was he, a cobbler's son or something?
But
Anyway.
on this topic, it would be more like more along the lines of you have essentially gone too far to the point where so much tragedy in somebody's life, just you can't exactly imagine it, and exactly how far that would twist somebody.
It's beyond the reader, it's beyond the writer, and thus you just can't buy into how the character acts because you just don't understand how they would act.
But isn't that
at all.
completely subjective? You can't really define anything like that.
Exactly. That's kind of my point. A certain writer could absolutely dive that deep into a tragic character's backstory. Most authors can't. Like, if you can convey it well enough, then absolutely go for it. But if you can't, then don't. Because if you try, then it will feel like you're trying too hard to make this character tragic. And it's not because you want to write the character, it's because you want to tug on the reader's heartstrings with this terrible fate that this person has gone through.
So, what's the most tragic backstory you could possibly imagine then?
Just everything goes wrong, essentially, in every stage of life. We're talking somebody who maybe they've been abandoned, or possibly even worse is that they had abusive parents, and then they got out of that. Maybe they fell in love, and then their love turned out to be some sort of serial killer who almost murdered them and then murdered somebody close to them who they actually cared about. And then maybe it's just like a series of bad events that with any relief just turns out to be a prelude to an even worse event.
Now, you see, if you're going to write that, you better be good at conveying that type of atmosphere, because at some point it just turns comedic, in my opinion.
It goes,
Yeah.
And that's really where you go too far, is that, like, you can have a character be like, okay, they've had one solid tragic event in their life that has molded them and shaped them who they are, and that's pretty much always going to be safe, in my opinion. It's just when you start getting into double digits that you're really going too far.
Now, I think that's as far as backstory goes. If you want to heap more stuff onto them during the course of the actual story,
that's
that
fine.
would work. Yeah. Just if there's too much in the backstory, it's like,
and that's what I meant by like two tragic backstories of, because like I was helping some of my friends. They wanted to start up the D&D campaign we had been doing, and they wanted me to DM, but as I said, no, I'm preparing for the Flux D&D campaign.
Yeah, you are.
And they were consulting me about characters, and I was thinking, I really don't want to like give the help. I really want to kind of guide these people so that they don't want too much baggage. And to be honest, you don't want to typically read about somebody that has too much baggage, because that character can develop in several different ways. One of which being Sasuke, and Sasuke got to the point where he was just kind of really whiny. And it's more, I think, about creating a character people can sympathize with. They had something tragic. Okay, that's really sad. But it's like, come on. The number of sad events they've had has kind of made their character not even appear strong anymore, or like in a way that would appeal to audiences. So, my advice for this in terms of story, tragedy and story for characters and tragedy and backstory is, I'd say just at least one tragic event is fine. You can add in a couple more. Just when you've gone overboard when there's just no happiness in this person's life, and even then, depending on your type of story, that might be fine. And as for like writing the story itself and having bad stuff happen in the story itself, it's fine to add more tragic events. And if your story's not a tragedy, though, don't go over the top. People have happy times in life too.
I'm just checking to see whether we actually got any questions from last week.
So yeah, I think that topic's, unless anybody else has anything to say about that.
I mean, just don't turn your character into Fear Guy from Bleach.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of when I was suggesting this.
That's kind of the opposite. You didn't create a tragic backstory. You said this guy's backstory is tragic.
Yeah, exactly. Tragic.
Fear Guy. God damn.
But
Can we, just as an exercise, can we please try and bring up something good about Bleach?
I haven't even read it since we stopped reading it, so.
I know.
Burnerfinger.
Burnerfinger was good.
Some of the swords were really cool.
The sword designs were actually pretty good. And their abilities.
I liked what's his name's hook sword. That was very strange. The square one.
It was very creative in that extent. The Soul Society Invasion arc.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was enjoyable.
I thought Byakuya Zanpakuto was badass.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was adorably camp.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna see some action, be the center of attraction. Anyway, yeah. So probably some good stuff about Bleach. None of us can remember it. It's all been drowned out at this point.
Everything after the Soul Society Invasion arc's kind of blanked out. Because that's where it was good. Then Window was okay, I guess. You had the you had some good characters.
Was cool.
When Chad actually got the ability to do something, that was great.
Yeah, but he got the ability to do something and then immediately got a shit stomped in afterwards.
Yeah.
All of the Arankar's names were awesome.
Go on, Ken. What's his name?
Grimjow Jagerjaw.
The other one.
The
one you can't say.
Aaron Yeager.
You did.
Aaron Yeager, Attack on Titan.
Aaron Yeager.
Aaron Yeager.
It was close.
Charlotte Cuehorn.
Okay. Next topic is writing breakups. Now, fanfiction authors almost never gonna actually do this because in fanfiction stories, any pairing is always every single time to love. So,
they should do it more, mind. It's something that you should do to realistic stories, but
yeah, and then the knee-jerk reaction to that is, well, we're not writing realistic stories. We're writing things with, I don't know, magic or whatever, which is a shitty argument, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know how to do this. Other than, it should be miserable and both parties should be depressed about it.
I suppose it depends what
hurtful things will be said, for example.
What type of breakup do you want? Do you want a temporary breakup where, they'll get back together, everyone knows that they will, or do you want a real serious, nope,
it
never
doesn't
happening
even
again?
have to be tragic for both parties. Maybe one person really doesn't like the other. And maybe they feel relief at not having to deal with that person anymore.
It's kind of tragic for the other person, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but it doesn't have to be tragic completely for both sides. Is what I mean.
Well, it doesn't have
Or
to be
you
tragic at all. People can just say, nah, this isn't working. Do you want to go our own ways?
Yeah.
I've actually seen a fanfiction story do that once, by the way. Yeah.
Or you can be completely lazy about it, and if you're writing an action series, you can have one of them die.
That is kind of lazy.
Yeah,
I'm going to agree with that. That's pretty lazy.
it's super lazy.
At least, again, from a doylist perspective of you want the relationship to end so another one can happen, so you have one of them die. It's terrible. Do better than that.
I believed in you. You can do better. But
Yeah, I
And
would
that
say
way-
that any. Sorry.
Go
Go on,
ahead.
Ken.
And that way, you also don't hurt the true shipper's feelings, kind of.
Oh, God. The shippers. I say that as though I'm not part of them. I am, but,
yeah,
Anyway, you were going to say something, Guy.
Any fan fiction that does have a breakup and it handled well, they probably get bonus points from me, to be honest. I would give them credit for that. Even if it just doesn't work out, if they're trying to do, realistic characters, sometimes they don't match up well with each other. That works.
Yeah,
not everybody's compatible.
that's true. Of course, you have the opposite where a couple will break up because they don't, quote unquote, feel the spark, which, again, is pretty fucking lazy. That's not how relationships work. But, yeah.
Generally, when people say that, it's an excuse for, I don't really like you.
Yeah. There are things about you that annoy me, but I don't want to say that and hurt your feelings. So, yeah.
Man, I just didn't feel the spark between you and me, so I'm just gonna say goodbye.
What accent was that?
I don't know. I come up with these things on the fly.
I feel like that was a black person's accent.
I know, I thought that was a sassy black lady for a second there.
Again, I don't know what accent I'm gonna speak in until I open my mouth.
Like, that seemed kind
That
of
explains a
jivish.
bit.
I don't know, but you got to go. Damn it, Zero. I'm blaming you for this. Which is right, because it's your fault.
Okay.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Breakups.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm totally for, it's totally fine to have your characters break up.
People are
Especially,
going to be pissed at you no matter what.
yeah, especially
but,
if they're not compatible. Like, if you feel like these characters don't have chemistry, but maybe two other characters do, and you use that as a device to kind of get something to work better, I'm fine with that. I mean,
Yeah.
people who are fans of that pairing will not like it, but I'd say the best way to deal with that is kind of show it not working for a little while. Like, don't just drop the bomb like that.
Not going to change anything for some people, but yes, that is a good method for easing them into it a little bit.
Well, no matter what you do, people aren't going to like the decision you make. There's always going to be at least one person who's going to say, oh, no, this sucks. Who cares about that guy? Just write the story you want to write.
See our conversation about the character death thing from a few episodes ago. So, yeah.
People get pissed about everything, so why not?
They do. Yeah, fanfiction audiences are probably the most reactionary when it comes to anything going wrong ever. Like, they oddly want everything to be happy all the time.
But yet, sometimes they don't.
I suppose that's one of the reasons people read fan fiction. They weren't happy that things weren't perfect in the story. They want fan fiction to try and make them perfect.
Yeah. Well, that has its own audience too, the fix and everything.
Yeah, but it would be boring if it was perfect. You don't want anything good. Where's the drama in it? Where's the anything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I was writing breakups. Anyone got anything else for it?
Well, aside from, don't make it too sudden, and like everything else we've said, nah, I think it's a fairly straightforward process once you've got it down.
Best breakup lines. What one do you use?
It's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much one of the best.
I'm just not ready
it's-
for this right now.
I kind of hate the one where it's like we just need to see other people.
That's basically saying, I want to fuck other people.
Yeah. I mean, if you just go straight forward with it,
You never know. They might be into that. You don't know their fetishes. Nothing?
Yeah, I think
Is that all we got for breakup lines?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess so.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on the character too a lot.
Sure, he's talking about yours personally.
I've
What
never
do
broken
you-
up with anybody because that would imply that I got together with somebody.
Oh,
Oh.
sad now.
Yeah, I would be sad too, except I am totally sad because it's the same thing for me, so it makes me sad.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
The crappiest breakup which I've ever actually gave someone with, it was, well, my first ever girlfriend, so I kind of just blocked her out.
That's shitty.
Yeah,
is
I
what
know.
that is.
I'm not proud of it. It was just, blocked her number, blocked her email, pretend I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
That's terrible.
You should
You
feel
are
ashamed.
a terrible person.
Yes, I know, but middle school was complicated, all right.
I'm sure that it was.
But you get a small pass for it just being middle school.
To clarify, what do you mean by middle school? Because we don't have middle school in this country. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry? Oh, yeah.
We don't have middle school. We have primary school and secondary school.
Yeah, there's still middle schools around. They did the
Okay.
school reform, didn't they?
What age range would that be then? I have no idea.
Oh, I can't remember. It's 5 to 8, I think.
I don't think that counts, dude. Emails? Really? 5 to... I think you're lying.
What?
I think you're fibbing. Telling tall tales is what I think.
5th to 8th grade is what it means.
Yeah.
Oh, year 5 to year 8.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's very strange.
Sorry, what did you think I was meaning?
I thought you meant 5 to 8
Yeah.
is what I thought you
Oh,
That's
meant.
an
right,
actual
no.
age.
No.
Yeah, I did ask what age that goes through. In
telling
fairness.
tall
You said
tales,
5.
Casey.
Yeah.
I can't remember what years those would be. I have to work it out. But yeah, isn't it first school is 1 to 4, middle school is 5 to 8, and high school is 9 to 12, and then sixth form.
No, primary school is 1 through 6. Secondary school is 7 through 11, which goes through your GCSEs, and then you have sixth form or college, whichever you went to.
It must be different school structure. So I went to primary school, middle school, high school.
Where the hell do you live?
Well, I live when I was at school, I was up north, Newcastle area.
Oh, you're actually south of me, but whatever. Anyway. Right, so we have a reading thanks to Guy. Thanks, Guy. Okay, So this is another bad story because we can't get enough of the bad stories. So
Honestly, they're really good. I don't know what you're talking
for a
about.
certain definition, yeah. So this one is a One Piece fic. It's called Luffy Harem, the king who ruled the ocean.
Just so you know what you're getting into right off the bat.
Time travel fic. OOC Luffy, different DF Luffy, multiple DF Luffy.
Oh no, it's one of those.
The war between the government, the Yonkos, Shibukais, and the worst generation happened. Betrayal of red hair pirates cost Luffy's entire cruise, plural. Even Luffy is died by Shanks' own hand. One of God of fanfiction Utbu, the author, me, doesn't satisfied with the result, so he decide give Luffy second chance.
Why is this a thing that's happening?
Okay.
I ran the story past you to check that it was all right to read. That was, can't blame this so entirely on me.
Chapter 1. Talk with a God, author.
Yeah, just so you're clear.
My microphone's in the way. I can't slam my face into the desk. Okay. By the way, there are, no capitals in this story. No capital letters anywhere.
Well, I mean, it's too hard to hold shift for any period of time.
It's managing it for all the fucking speech marks and commas.
So, Casey, you're going to read it?
Yeah.
But Guy was the one who suggested it.
Does Guy want to read it?
No, not really.
Yeah.
This is all yours.
Luffy is standing with body full of blood. In front of him is the man who gave him his hat and his dream. Why, Shanks? Why? Why did you do that? They are my crew, my family. With his exhorted body, Luffy demand an explanation. This is what you call a war, Luffy. This is the risk that you took when you start this war, Luffy. With that, Shanks stabbed Luffy with his sword, with the eye full of hate.
Luffy.
Luffy glared to Shank and gave his last word. Fuck you, Shanks. With that, Luffy is dead.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Oh, my headphones fell off from my laughing. Okay. In the realm between dead and life, Luffy is standing on nowhere, nothing, not even the ground exists, only darkness around him. Where am I? Luffy talking to himself, as nobody around.
You know, I'm so glad that Animal from the Muppet Babies finally got his English degree so he can share this writing with us.
I know, it's great, right? He's multi-talented. He plays the drums as well, did you know? So you are finally awake, Monkey D. Luffy. Oh, the author can actually capitalize things when he's
Luffy.
talking. Someone said, but no one there. Who are you? Show yourself.
Luffy.
Tell me why I'm here. Where am I actually? Luffy said. Calm down, Luffy. Let me introduce myself.
Luffy.
My name is Utbu. Why'd you keep saying Luffy?
Because that's what he kept saying all the time.
Okay. I'm one of the people called as God of Fanfiction.
Okay.
Or in another name, the author. As for why you are here, I interfered the Shinigami when he tried to take your soul after you dead. Then I took you here.
He dead.
The realm of nothing.
You dead. Oh boy, you dead.
Luffy now remember that he is dead in the hand of Shanks, his own idol. That make him remember how... God, it really is Animal, isn't it? That make him remember how Shanks kill his friends and suddenly become depressed. So I'm dead, huh? Luffy said. Please don't be depressed. I took you here because I don't like what happened to you. Can I just mention the paradox here that's going on? He wrote this story, so he wrote the bit before, so he wanted it to happen, but he didn't want it to happen because I'm confused.
Yeah, that kind of thinking is way above this type of story. Don't try it.
So I decide to give you a second chance. Second chance? What do you mean? Luffy faces brightened, hearing some hope. I decide to send you back in time, Luffy, to the time when you don't even have that hat, so you can start everything from the very beginning, the author said. The very beginning, Luffy mumbled.
The very
Yes,
shining.
Luffy. But that isn't without cost. There is a price, of course, said the author. Luffy didn't need to think long. He will do anything to save his friend. He's really, really fond of Usopp. Just him, nobody else. Yeah, and he dead, so we got to do something about it. Whatever the price, I will take it, as long as I can save them. How much you? Luffy said. Good. As for the price, I don't need your money, as if your money can save my financial problem. We are in different worlds, so the currency is different too. The only one that I want is a good story, so I want you to promise to follow my words, or I can take you to the dead like I give you the second chance.
Look at this author playing God, even though he has financial troubles.
Fine, what is it you want me to do? Luffy said. Okay, hear me carefully. First, I don't like the world government, so I want you to swear that you will annihilate as much as possible everything that related to them, that include the Marine. Say Udbu.
You did.
Luffy don't like the world government and Marine too since the incident of Ace. Okay, I'm fine with that, Luffy's response. Second, I want you be more commitment as captain. Don't let anybody look down at you, including your own crew. I know you hate formalities, but I want you be much more respected by them.
There's a brief moment where it was like, I know you hate formalities. I'm like, okay, that sounds like it's an actual story thing.
Yeah.
And then it briefly went back to you dead.
Fine, I can do that. And the last is you should take more female member to your crew. I don't care if it's need you to force them to be in.
What?
That's a bit of a
Right.
okay. That's going a little bit too far.
Also you must claim them as yours, so the other member will not bother.
That's going a little bit too far.
Okay. All right then.
Luffy is little confused. Claim them, he said. Then the author gave a sigh. You are an adult, Luffy. I don't need to give you a tell of bird and bee.
No, go ahead, author man. Explain to Luffy how he's going to be running the rape ship from this. What's happening now?
It's horrible because that's exactly what he's trying to get Luffy to do.
With that, Luffy blushed, knowing the meaning. With nerves, he said, "Oh, okay."
What? Luffy would not know the meaning.
No.
Really, that's what you're criticizing the story for.
Yeah, sure, why not? All right, before I send you back, there is something that you need to know. I will send you back to your 4-year-old body, so you will need to regain your physical power though you still have your current mental power, so your armament haki power is significantly down, though your observation and Haushoku haki will not be influenced since both is purely mental power. Where the hell did his sudden comprehension of English come from in that last sentence?
It went like comprehension of English, and then it's like, oh, no, it's gone. I feel like this person was talking to somebody, and somebody was like, hey, you should write that line like that. It's like, okay, I will write line like this. And then it's just like, okay, I could do rest, me good at write.
I do good writing now. Luffy nodded hearing that. Also, I will give you 3 devil fruits, so you don't need to take
That's a little bit
that
overkill.
bastard red hair's stupid Gomu Gomu no Mi.
Let me
3.
just take... Okay, so basically what this person is doing is they're taking Luffy, taking away his powers, taking away his personality, and making him run the rape train. Or, sorry, the rape boat. The rape cruise.
The rape boat has no anchor. Anyway. 3.
It does have a poop deck, though.
It's dangerous to eat multiple devil fruit, Luffy said. Then he said, it's indeed dangerous, but that's for people who don't know devil fruit works. Just promise to never tell anybody the key having multiple devil fruit is never eat same type devil fruit, or you will explode.
There's no such thing as eating same type devil... Oh, wait, no. Never mind. You could eat Logia and, like...
Yeah, I think that's what it means.
Oh.
Take sample of Blackbeard when he took Gura Gura no Mi from Whitebeard. Blackbeard has Logia Yami Yami no Mi, and the Gura Gura no Mi is Paramecia. Now Luffy understand why Blackbeard is not dead when he consumes second devil fruit. Deviled fruit.
I love
it's like a devil. It's like a deviled egg.
I love deviled fruits. Don't you?
It's like a deviled egg, but with fruit. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Suddenly, in front of Luffy appear 3 devil fruit. That's Luffy is the devil fruit that I mentioned. First is Goro Goro Nomi, the strongest Logia. Then Luffy said, Lightning, isn't that the bastard who call himself God ability? You are right, Luffy. Though since I give you this to you, NL will have another DF power.
How long is this?
Did he just abbreviate it to DF?
Yep. And the second Luffy is Drago Drago Nomi,
Of
strongest
course.
Zoan type, the fire dragon ruler of the sky.
Because this story didn't have enough, random, stupid.
Let's
bullshit.
add just dragons, sure.
Yeah, for dragon.
Well, there's a Phoenix one. It's not unprecedented.
I
Luffy now cheered, cool dragon. And the last Luffy is Jikan Nomi, strongest paramecia, of course it is. Though the name is Time Fruit, but you cannot turn back time, but you can make time slower like that Noro beam. Also that you can make time faster too at your will. Not only that, this DF ability can make you invisible. Why?
What?
Though the difference is not event observation Haki can detect. This should be noticed. You must master this power first. It's pretty useful DF. Now eat them, Luffy. I have changed its taste, so it will taste
Really?
just like the original fruit.
If you were to just change DF to AF, this would be a lot more fun.
Not like that. Then Luffy eat the fruit. It's true. It's very tasty.
Wow.
After
you
eat
changed
them,
it.
then Luffy is absorbed into Vortex, sended to his 4-year-old body. Good luck, Luffy. I put pretty much faith in you.
Well, at least
And
he
that
put
will be
some
the first
faith.
and last the author participate in this fic, because he will not write another chapter if God's willing. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Do you want to see the weird part, though? Look at the reviews for this story.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to hate humanity. Nice start, mate. Keep it up. This is cool. Please write more, author-san. Oh, for
Oh,
Oh,
God.
thank God. Thank you, Dying Grin, whoever you are. I'm sorry, but what? I can't just accept... This is what you're complaining about. Fine, it's fan fiction. Everyone has low fucking standards. Betraying Luffy out of the blue without any reasoning, it just seems massively out of character for Shanks. Really? Also, I disagree with you just making yourself a plot device in your story. It is just bad storytelling. Lastly, this is all of your complaints. Okay. With 3 devil fruits, I feel this will just make the journey too easy. It seems that you plan to make Luffy steamroll through everything, reducing the tension to nothing. Well, apparently he doesn't even have to taste the bad taste of devil fruits anymore, so yeah, that's kind of the point.
Oh, and you can turn yourself invisible.
Yeah. I would like to appreciate this guy, Dying Grin, for trying to salvage the unsalvageable. I mean, he complains about the lack of capitalization and no grammar and such things.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
Good guy.
It's kind of like criticizing a turd. I mean, it's a turd. Just wash
Yeah.
it off and try to forget about it.
It's like saying, man, this train wreck. I mean, the metal didn't warp at all. That's just pointless. Ugh.
Yeah.
Dude, please proofread your story, man. Like metal when it should be mental. I didn't even notice that
No,
one.
you didn't do that.
Good eye. Interesting, but I will need to see more before I give an opinion. Really? Really?
I would like to not see
Really?
more and then not give an opinion. But that's just me.
Oh. I feel bad now.
These readings were your idea. You knew what this was going to be. What did you think this was going to wind up being? Everyone.
This is... It doesn't even stack up to my very, very, very low standards of this person is just starting writing. This is incomprehensibly bad. Like, I don't even understand how levels of bad.
Remember a few weeks ago when the monkey that became the fox, you said that was the worst thing we had ever read.
Yes, why do you keep trying to beat your own record? I mean, like,
I didn't need to
I'd
know
like
that
to
this
say
existed.
I'd like to say that this was intentionally bad, but no, it doesn't. It seems bad enough that it can't even possibly be intentional.
I know what.
Like, this is a mad accident, monkeys on typewriters thing.
Like-
Only monkeys would produce something better.
Yeah, that actually. Yeah, I personally think monkeys would do a pretty good job with this idea.
Like the rape ship, it's a real thing that's going around. People all over the world join hands, get on the rape ship because you don't really have a choice.
Everybody, let's go. Come on, let's get to it. I know that
So,
we
Zero.
can do it.
Zero, you're a cruise connoisseur. How would you rate the rape ship if you?
Uh,
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get tickets. You get tickets to every other fucking cruise.
They could do a little bit better with the room service. The pool is a little bit the pool is a little bit dirty. Everybody's always hogging the hot tub. Aside from that, the all-you-can-eat buffet, it's not quite what it seems at first. But
They put this weird white sauce on everything. I don't.
it's just like you go in there and there's no real food laid out. It's just a bunch of people. So like I don't know what the deal with that is.
I do think you would have liked the design. I mean, I do like the way they look like all the surfaces are coated in some kind of,
They have very nice uniforms, but
yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit cold for that type of thing.
Also, not sure why they have manacles in every room. It's it's a little odd for the decor, but whatever. Oh god. Okay. So that travesty is over. I closed it out of reflex because I never wanted to see it again, and I need to get the link. There we go. All right, so that's the thing.
It don't matter. Just bring them with you.
Thing ever. Link. There we go.
Even if they say don't go with me, take them. Take them all.
Leave a review.
Leave a review. Leave a review.
No.
You have to tell them, please.
You have to
never
try.
write again.
I don't want to be linked to this thing.
Yeah, any review we write is just not going to be enough. We can't.
I don't think there's anything you could.
Again, credit to the guy that tried.
Oh yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah. I think he's reviewed some of my stuff actually. I remember the name.
Yeah. Okay, so that's over. Thank God. Recommendations. Anyone but me got anything?
I recommend that you read that fic backwards.
Anyone else? Is that a no?
Sorry.
Like resounding silence.
I don't even know what to do.
I think most people at this point are just done.
Okay.
Yeah, that story just destroyed my will in fan fiction.
Oh, don't say that. He was good writer.
You're the hero they need.
So my recommendation is in Blackest Night. Technically it calls itself a DC Universe self-insert, but it's not. It's genuinely pretty much just a Green Lantern thing. Because no other DC characters have shown up but characters from the Lantern Corps. So this story is a self-insert where the self-insert is already a person in the DC universe and they get killed and given a Black Lantern ring.
I don't think that counts as a self-insert then. If he's already in the DC universe.
It's basically my kind of half self-insert, like from when I wrote Persona 4 Face Every Shadow, where it's pretty much based on you. Yeah. But basically...
That was a fun fic when it lasted.
Not really. It was pretty terrible.
Yeah, it was.
See, I can't tell whether he's being sarcastic, but I was being very genuine. It's a shitty fic.
I liked it for a little while, and then I
Then
got
you got standards.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, but
You're not wrong. I wanted to rewrite it like well before I handed it off to Ethan. So yeah, this fic in Blackest Night, basically the Blackest Night event from Green Lantern happens, and the self-insert gets caught up in the middle of it and dies just before the whole thing is ended and the world is saved. So his Black Lantern ring gets corrupted and broken before it can wipe his mind.
that's extremely good luck.
It's not luck. It gets established that it was not luck later on in the story.
That's extremely bad luck.
Pretty much, yeah. So this ends up basically being a story of him trying to create his own Lantern Corps that is the Black Lanterns, but not, trying to end the universe.
Hey guys, we cannot end the universe if we try.
Basically, yeah, that's pretty much the idea behind it. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty damn good, actually. The character is realistic to an extent. There little bits and pieces that bug me about it, but for the most part, it is very solid characterization for the protagonist. In that he is kind of a flake and will voice responsibility for actually running his core that he's created, so that he can go on and do other really stupid stuff that is probably going to be turning out to be a terrible idea. So, that's interesting in that he is not a perfect character, which some self-inserts can end up being. And the characters that get involved, a lot of which are like, some of which are original characters, some of them aren't. Are just characters that don't get much characterization, but they're quite good as well. Like I say, it basically just sticks with the Lantern Corps characters rather than any actual other heroes from DC Universe. So you don't see Superman or Batman. Even when the self-insert goes back to Earth after he has his Black Lantern ring, it's Green Lantern and Star Sapphire that greet him rather than anyone else. But it's pretty good plot progression-wise. Basically turning the faction that was the enemy of everything into something worthwhile is basically the idea of the story. And probably saving the universe from some existential threat that no one really seems inclined to name at any point. So, that's a pretty good fic worth looking at. It's on Space Battles, and I'm going to link that.
Sounds interesting. I'll give it a read.
Okay, I just need to... I hate Notepad. Shit. Okay, so yeah. That's my recommendation, and no one else had anything. So it's just going to be me giving recommendations for a little while. Makes me sad.
As soon as I'm not so busy, I can read fanfiction more.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with finals and whatnot.
I still need something that I'm willing to recommend.
That's a fair point. Also, Zero, as soon as you're done with finals, you're working on the D&D thing like 24/7. So, yeah, that's going to happen.
I forgot I was a slave.
Yeah, you did. You won't again, I promise.
That's what they say on the rape ship, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, we're all terrible people, but that writer is like way above us. He's got us beat in that category. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's the end of the episode. So thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 113. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the YouTube channel, through the comments. Any thoughts or ideas you've had about the things we talked about, or whether you have any questions that you would like us to answer, any things that you would like us to do for the Christmas episode that we may or may not do depending on people's schedules, just drop it in the comments. We'll see what we can do. And Patreon. We have not had the Patreon thing processed yet, so I can't do that until next week. But if you would like to donate on Patreon, if you feel so inclined, please do so. We very much appreciate it. Yeah. Ken, have you got in touch with that guy who wanted the commission done?
He has not gotten back to me yet.
Oh, well, no, it's kind of on him at this point, so can't do anything if he doesn't actually talk to you about it. Likewise, for the guy that I'm pretty sure was supposed to be getting a guest spot on the podcast, you need to actually, tell us when you're okay to be on and such. Yeah. So once again, thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 113. Bye now.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.